Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. Today I want to talk to you about teens and cutting, and by cutting I mean dieting, the bodybuilding term cutting, not emo cutting. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Okay, I'm seeing a trend on forums and even in my comments and the questions I'm getting from subscribers of 15 to 18-year-olds who are at normal body weights who are wanting to go on a cut to get ripped abs, or even girls who want to lose weight. And I'm going to be frank with you here as someone who has studied nutrition at a university, biology, human physiology, human growth and development. I can tell you that this is a very bad idea. The long-term effects of being in any sort of prolonged caloric deficit during your developmental years like that, particularly when your hormones and your endocrine system are developing, you are looking at potentially slowing your thyroid down in the long term that you may not be able to repair without taking medications, meaning medications the rest of your life, so meaning you're potentially setting yourself up to be very fat when you were 25 or 30. You can really mess up your reproductive system and your hormone production, which means for males possibly being sterile, having sexual dysfunction, by the time you get to college, potentially not being able to get a hard-on without Viagra. For girls, you're looking at issues with your reproductive system, and I'll give you an example. I had a female friend years ago who she did a lot of crash dieting during her teens. She became bulimic for about 6 months trying to make weight for her high school wrestling. And then during her early 20s, she had to go through having 2 periods every month, cysts on her ovaries as a result of it. And every time that she would have a period, she would have intense cramping that was unbearable pain, like way worse than the average girl. And she had to deal with that twice a month. So every 2 weeks she had one to play catch up for her not doing so during her developmental years. And as far as I know, that problem never went away. I haven't talked to her in years, but as far as I know, that problem never went away. You're also looking at potentially stunting your growth. So if you were going to grow another inch or two in height, the caloric restriction and the dietary deficiencies that you can develop as a result of this might stop you from gaining that last inch or two of height, because you'll keep growing past your teens a little bit. So what do I recommend as a strategy instead? What I would say is that if you are not obese, you are not overweight, I don't care if your body fat is high, I'm talking about your body weight, you do not need to be in a caloric deficit as a teen. You need to be healthy and active, you need to train hard, and you need to recomposition, which means you either need to be maintaining your current body weight or slowly gaining weight. And for most teens, if you are very active and athletic, you lift weights, and you train hard, you will find that when your hormones are at their peak levels like that, and you are young, that you will lose body fat without having to do a cut. It's going to be a lot slower, but you're not going to mess your body up, and you're going to end up with a much more attractive physique as a result of it, even though it's going to take you longer. So that would be my advice to you: eat at maintenance or a small surplus and train very hard, and you will lose fat, and you will eventually get as lean as you want to get. But I don't recommend for teens, for any reason, you dropping under about 9 or 10% body fat for males, or under about 20% body fat for females, unless you're a very serious competitive athlete going for a scholarship. And because you'll run into the same issues, getting your body fat that low can mess with your endocrine system a bit, and it's not going to be worth it in the long run. All right, I hope this has been informative, and that's really all I have to say on that today, and I will talk to you next time.